have no fear.
Hey guys,
at 6'9"
back with another video.
Number 67, Taj Gibson.
The Timberwolves look to take charge here at the Target Center in downtown Minneapolis. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and Hall of Famer on our sideline, David Aldridge, and our very special guest, Hall of Famer to be, one of the greats ever to step on the pro hardwood, the one, the only. Some changes here for the Timberwolves. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Gibson, and it's Rose in for T. And then for Los Angeles, Brandon Ingram, he's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. AI comes in for Harris, and Ball subbed in for Rajon Rondo. So the Lakers 5 now. They've got AI. Ingram is out there with LeBron James. Then there's Lonzo Ball. And it's McGee in at the 5, roaming the paint.
And you know, it's amazing when you look back at the Andrew Wiggins, Kevin Love trade. Safe to say now that I think both teams really got what they wanted out of it.
Kevin, you talk a lot about passion, but also fundamentals. Who are some of the guys you faced that had great footwork that you admired and maybe even picked something up in terms of footwork after watching them play?
You know, footwork that jumps right out at me. Charles Barkley had really good footwork.
Interesting.
He was 6'4", undersized.
Yes.
He was able to use his body. He was very physical. A lot of people don't know Charles Barkley had a
Like, why do they give me a turnover?
Yeah, Tim has really good feet work. Shaq, believe it or not, I didn't really guard a lot of Shaq, but Shaq had a really good feet. You know, you can really go through the whole catalog of guys. I'm thinking Zach Randolph because he was always opening up. Chris Bosh had really good feet.
Great names. And AI gets it to go.
Boy, Ball has a nice feel for when his guys are open. He's solid, really solid when it comes to getting his teammates clean looks.
Rose against Ball.
Don't let D-Rose break you down.
Unloads from 13. No good off the back of the rim.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
And Ball has tremendous confidence in that shot. As soon as the pass hits his hands, he's ready to pull up.
Nunley passes to Tolliver. Butler kicks to Rose. Here's the screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Lakers with the rebound. This, their first chance to take a look at Minnesota this season.
Yeah, and this game kicks off a 4-game season series between the two teams.
Two conference foes, guys, looking to take game 1 tonight. Yeah, very interesting to see who can land the first blow.
Beasley with the screen on Rose. Ball, no good. The Timberwolves trail. Rose in the post. He's covered by Ball. Outside Butler. Shoots a fader. And too long on the shot.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Kevin, listening to the value you placed in preparation, practice to you was obviously important.
Practice to me was very important. Preparing was very important. You know, scouting reports, being clear, understanding rotation, understanding what the goal was, understanding the plan. Like, I took all that to heart because I had to be the relayer of that. I had to articulate that to players. I had to be the one in pick and rolls calling out the coverages and stuff. And if I didn't know that, then, you know, Rondo, the guards, they didn't know. So
they were going to get blasted.
So I had to be on top of that. So that was part of the responsibility, one of my responsibilities of just being a professional and being ready to play.
And that one, good.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Dean passes to Ingram. Ball kicks to AI. Releases from 15. The shot comes out, so Minnesota will take it the other way. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
And that was a stinker. I mean, that's one of those games where you really can't find anything that they did well. The game just got out of hand and really just a shaky performance across the board.
Yeah, and I'd have to agree with you. And you know how optimistic and positive I am. But it's hard for me to find anything positive to take away from that. That's a game you just want to forget about as soon as you can.
They swipe it.
What?
Here's Butler. And it's good off the back rim and in. Butler's got 6.
You know, I think Butler had a pretty good mid-range game coming in. You know, he was drafted 30th back in 2011.
I literally...
And
What?
J.I. missing.
I drove the ball!
Minnesota in the lead. Rose gets a wide open look. And it's AI with the rebound. LA's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Here's Ingram, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And, you know, guys, not only can Ingram score from the perimeter, but he can get it done inside, too. I mean, the way he releases the shot and that extension he gets on it makes it very hard to block.
It's deflected, and that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. Jones checked in for Rose. 51 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Jones drives in. Here's Jang. Rebounded by the Lakers. Beasley's got his 3rd rebound on the night. The pass to Dean. Tries from 16.
There we go.
And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. And now it's a 3-point Los Angeles lead. AI's gone 3 of 5 shooting from the floor. Jones the pass to Nunley. Jang a screen. Here's Butler. Second chance shot. Excellent D there from Beasley.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
And, you know, time will tell how big a factor that becomes in this game, guys, but if you're the coaching staff, it's certainly a point of emphasis.
Butler with the ball. Back to the action after this
I
word.
also go fourth quarter though. 5-5. Hopefully we can keep it up. Alright, let's go. Oh, and guys, it might be
One of the most high-powered scorers in the game, Karl Anthony Towns, knows it's important to keep his teammates involved.
Will be dropping Saturday.
You know, everyone has to get some of the sugar, you know, so.
Well, when you're attracting, Greg, all that defensive attention, it creates opportunities for your teammates.
And Towns wants to win big. To do that, though, it's not enough to get numbers. You've got to make your teammates better as well.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
You know, Greg, I love watching this team get after it on defense. I mean, they play with a bit of edge and nastiness.
Taking a look at the Lakers. Ingram is out there with Beasley. Then it's AI. Then there's Lonzo Ball. And it's Hart in at the 2. And Kevin, you talk about your rivals at that big man position. Who comes to mind among guys you played against and have the most respect for?
I got a lot of respect for guys in our league. Shaq, Rasheed Wallace, Dice, Charles Barkley, Carmelo, you know, to name a few, Chris Webber. A ton of respect. But when it comes to the cream of the cream, you know, Rasheed Wallace and Tim Duncan always brought out another side of me. I would say Chris Webber too, you know, because Chris Webber is my idol. And those guys brought out the better side of me. And I like to think that I dug deeper with those guys and playing up against those guys. If you want to see what you are in this league and all that stuff that you've been practicing and working on in the gym, those players, those moments are going to pull those times out of you. And that's what true essence are. And only the elite understand that. Only the elite understand the matrix. When things slow down and you really are dominating the game on both ends.
Different world.
Different world, different flow, different mindset, different type of character.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Kyle Kuzma had a tough
Yeah,
upbringing
he's
in
that
Flint,
shot
Michigan.
does.
He said they had the recession, lead in the water. It was like an urban war zone. We probably moved 14 times before I was 16. Basketball was my key. And his drive to succeed in the NBA was born of a desire to escape that environment. Kevin?
A tremendous work ethic, David. Thank you.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Lakers.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
And the Lakers making a change here. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Beasley. James comes in for Ingram. Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Josh Hart. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Lonzo Ball. And it's Wiggins missing.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and that's a shot that if you're a pro, you need to make that one.
AI kicks to LeBron. Out to AI. And there's the 3-second violation. And Kevin, terrific footwork, so critical. Minnesota, they have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them.
I gotta get some more assists. I gotta get some more assists. And I gotta get some more rebounds. Points are fine. I'm coming off the bench though, guys. I'm not even the 6th man yet. That's my goal though, to become the 6th man still.
You know, Butler came into the NBA up head of the radar. I mean, he was the last pick of the first round back in 2011. Didn't play much at first, but once he got his opportunity, his career took off and took off fast.
Dean passes to Hart. Back to AI.
And one.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Jimmy Butler.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And Greg, definitely that's one of the reasons they're in front right now.
And the second free throw, good.
I realized that.
Timberwolves trailed by 5. He kicks it to Jang. Timberwolves passing it around. Jang, a screen. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Jang's got 4 points this quarter.
If you're guarding Jang, you know he doesn't mind being challenged. I mean, he's able to convert through physical play. As a matter of fact, the rougher it is, I think the more he likes it.
And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
I was getting feisty up in here. All right, let's go.
So it's the Timberwolves now. It's a close game here in Minnesota. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. Right side, Butler. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
KG, I wanted to give you a special thanks for joining us, helping us with the call tonight. You always have a seat at this table to broadcast any of our games.
Oh, man, thank you, man. I appreciate you letting me come through, man. It was an honor, man, seriously.
We'll do it again soon.
Let me know, man.
That's KG. That's the great Kevin Garnett.
My dog.
And Clark, you know, it's amazing. KG was the alpha dog as a player, and he just continues to carry that with him. That's who he is.
And, you know, I think that's who he will always be, too, Kevin. Seemed like he had the attributes of being a leader and grew into that even more as he was mentored by guys like Sam Mitchell and others. So he's the kind of guy with his personality, his charisma, his work ethic that others find it easy to look up to.
Takes a 3, gets the 3-pointer to fall. Butler's got 13.
That's simply a high IQ basketball play. Butler really clever at how to get that shot off the screen.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, You got to play without fouling.
Minnesota making a switch here. Wiggins is checked in.
And he's been much more aggressive here in the second quarter. He's getting to the line a lot more than he did in the first.
Now here's Butler. He's covered closely. Jang a screen out to the right wing. Over Beasley. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And so it's Los Angeles, with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifled. Thanks for the great interview, David, and we'll be back for the third quarter. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Minnesota making some changes. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Gibson. Jones comes in for Andrew Wiggins, and it's Rose in for T. And then for Los Angeles, Brandon Ingram, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. AI comes in for Harris, and it's Lonzo Ball in for Rajon Rondo. And for Tyus Jones, 3 gold medals playing for the U.S. national team throughout high school. He was Minnesota's Mr. Basketball, a national title Clark in his lone season at Duke. I mean, this kid's already got a lot of hardware.
Yeah, he's got a cabinet full of hardware, and I think he's got a chance to develop into a really solid point guard in this league. Again, just 1 year of college, very early in his career. You got to give him time because he's shown that he can be a winner at the levels he's played at prior to the NBA.
Down low, it's Jang in Towns. Rose is out there with Jones, and it's Butler in at the 3 spot. So that's the Timberwolves 5. AI kicks to James. Back to AI. Out to Ingram. AI in the post. Working on Jones. That one good for 2. And so it's Minnesota with it. They trail by 6. Ball against Rose. Butler in the corner. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. And that's 19 points for Jimmy Butler.
And, you know, the touch from deep, the confidence. Butler showing strides of becoming a real threat out there.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Clark, obviously everyone's looking for talent, but talk about some of the players whose work ethic sets them apart in your mind.
Jimmy Butler's work ethic, I think, made him into an all-star. Obviously had good size and athleticism, but refined his offensive game and is now a multi-time all-star, and his work ethic is top level. Any of the guys that you've seen impact their teams or come from low draft positions or undrafted, Patrick Beverley. How about him as a guy that you look at and say, man, this guy's work ethic has really made the difference in his career.
And really, even at this stage of his career, James just seems ageless. He continues to dominate night in and night out.
LeBron signing a 4-year deal with the Lakers. Greg, many speculated it might happen, but it was still a shock to many.
It makes sense from LeBron's standpoint. Son plays in L.A. for high school. LeBron has a lot of business interests as well. And also what's interesting is that when LeBron's contract ends, his son could potentially be coming into the NBA as a rookie.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Lakers.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
They have, but you also can't overlook how well they've defended the rim, as they've challenged every shot and also gotten quite a few blocks as well.
Doesn't get much smoother than that in the pick and roll. Butler really creative in these situations, and he's hard to guard.
Beasley outside. James in the post, working on Tolliver. Here's Dean. This one on the play, bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Hart, he's checked in for the Lakers. Free throw good, AI. Lakers last season hoped to compete, but that wasn't the case, Clark, as we saw. They'll look to do better this season.
Well, you look at last season, end of the year, 11th in the West, learned about the direction they'll grow as a team, and played at a very high pace, and I can expect show.
Whoa!
Let's talk about bringing it. Nasty. I'm talking filthy. Butler punching it and getting his teammates on the bench amped up.
And a great second look there. Another Unleash Chaos replay. Brought to you by the Under Armour Hover Havoc.
Well, last season, the Wolves ended a 14-year playoff drought. It was the longest in the association. And they did it in dramatic fashion, a winner-take-all overtime victory in the final game of the season against the Nuggets. I actually watched that game, and it was worth staying up late for.
Jones, the pass to Butler. Just 5 to shoot. And slam dunk by Butler.
You know, when he's hot like this, he rides that momentum as long as he can. And you know what I like? The killer instinct Butler has.
And if the regular season brought encouragement for the Wolves, Clark, the postseason showed us just how far they've got to go.
That's right. That's exactly right, Kevin. A win in the first round, just one win. The Rockets were a hard matchup for them, but there's a big difference between being a playoff team and a title contending team.
Ingram kicks to AI. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. And now it's a 10-point Los Angeles lead.
Gotta see Ingram get going down low. Just another dimension of his game that he continues to develop.
Here's Butler. Offensive rebound. Los Angeles has gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. It's stolen by Jones. 1:21 left to play in the third. They set the screen. And that one drops. Jones has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Yeah, showing some strength in the paint there. Tough rebound.
Outside Butler. 44 seconds left to play here in the third. Good work there as it goes.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Ingram kicks to AI.
Here we go. I'm getting that finally.
And Ingram lays it in. Ingram's got 11 points.
And boy, Ingram uses that floater so effectively at just the right time with just the right arch. Pulls it out of his bag when the defense least expects it.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. Off target with his 3. Los Angeles leading by 8. Ingram dishes the ball. And Hart has it in the corner. AI right side. Here's Beasley. No good on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up. 2K Sports, happy to have you with us. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Ingram and Kuzma filling up the 3 and the 4. AI is out there with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and it's Beasley in at the center position. Timberwolves trail by 8. Outside Butler. Over AI. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Butler's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Timberwolves. AI kicks to Caldwell-Pope. Here's Dean. Uses the glass to finish the layup. AI's got 11 in the second half.
still attacking, building on this lead coming down the stretch.
Yeah, he's clicking right now, and at the right time, too, Greg. I mean, playing with a bunch of confidence in this fourth quarter.
Wiggins passes to Butler. Over AI. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And Jimmy Butler.
Wow, it's a blowout.
Here's AI. Pass to McGee. It's tipped. AI outside. Passes to Kuzma. And now here comes Jones leading the break. The kick out to Rose. That one's good from the corner. And Butler never afraid to be a little bit different, listening to country music in the locker room, much to his teammates' chagrin.
In the offseason, riding around in a van with a baby on board sticker, even though he's single with no kids. Remove the rearview mirror as a symbolic reminder to never look back. This guy's special.
And he makes the first. In NBA history, only a handful of rookies have averaged 20 points and 10 rebounds. And Clark, you were one of them.
Yeah, it's a point of pride for me. Obviously wasn't able to be part of a playoff team in the short time I played, but did distinguish myself individually for the short time I played, and that's fairly select company when you talk 2010 guys as rookies, and it's a pretty impressive list to be on. Actually, one of my peers, Terry Cummins, is also part of that first-year 2010 group.
You talk about names, Will Chamberlain, Abdul-Jabbar, Hakeem, Tim Duncan, Bird, Shaq. I mean, what great names.
Yeah, some phenomenal names, no doubt about it. Glad to be on that roll call list.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Lakers.
They enjoyed a big boost from the strong play of their bench.
The subs came in and did their job. Those points off the bench were key to their victory.
And so with this win, they'll move 6 victories on the season.
And asserting themselves up front here, guys. They'll be taking the front end of a 4-game season series between these two. They've got to feel good about getting the upper hand tonight against the Timberwolves.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for AI.
Well, I can't recall a play that he wasn't involved in, Kevin. He was so involved in so many plays tonight, a force on both ends.
In the corner, it's James, just 4 to shoot. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here, and they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Zubac is checked in for JaVale McGee. Beasley comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Josh Hart, he's checked in for LeBron. And Ball subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And the Timberwolves call time here. They're behind by 13. We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, what's your take?
Yeah, this has been rough all the way around. I mean, coming in with high hopes and then just now trying to finish the best they can.
Well, Greg, this one's clearly over. This is done. But hopefully they can find some momentum to carry into the next game.
Here's Butler. There's the pick. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Butler's got 46 points.
This is not the team we've been watching for most of the night.
Well, hopefully they can ride this momentum into the next game because this one is done.
Get off of
Fine.
Ball dishes to AI. Clock at 6.
What the
Butler
hell?
with the steal.
What the heck? This game, I swear!
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.